到底是有没有开成功？我们手机里没有看到有直播。哦，有了。我有资格赛要改一下名字哎，已经不是资格赛了。改一下，这个神话的，应该是有才对。记得我有放在神话的资料夹里面。放世纪杯。看一下，我确认一下，应该是4强赛没有错啊。神话的创世纪 Retold， 哦不对，是8强赛，8强赛。好，我们马上来看。Reco，RECO，没有。我观察。难不成他要锁吗？之前没有锁呢。哇，这个连想看个比赛都看不了，那来看官方台好了。输了。应该是2个玩家才对啊。好吧，来看官方的直播，官方视角也没有不行啊。105的赛事。
Only 3 oracles, but he could have even more. 12 favor per minute right now. Another TC attempt here. This one surely will go up, won't it?
It's got if he really needs it, he's
官
got
方赛
Restoration,
事有个
we
好
got
处啦，就是
possible
我不用自己在那
carnivores.
边 take。
Oracle's
56 favor in the bank.
Oracle is gone now though. The reason he was able to put that carnivore before was because I had a really sneaky Oracle over here, but it's gone now. So this TC should definitely go up now.
Man, that's so interesting. He's just going for the later town center. I think it's good ultimately. Again, he's got that huge patch of gazelle
哦
behind，it.
这边可以看到蓝色的 Recon 哦，现在已经换上了 TAG 的头衔。
Follow up rather.
这边黑帝斯想直接开2T， 被对手
Gonna force a restoration.
奥雷诺抓到。
Damage still to Recon here, still. One
哇，
bullet
失村了。
I think surely a few hoplites died in that process too.
Oh, of course.
好，不过 TC 还是盖起来了。
Here's the thing. Sure, carnivore was used. Sure, shockwave was used. Did some damage to.
这边是英国的 Recon 对上了 Player，
That was a little bit of a win.
看一下 Player 是哪个
Because A,
国家的玩
did
家？
not have to use a restoration to try and get that TC.
葡，
B,
这是葡萄牙吗？
two god powers. Aranos used two god powers to try and do some damage there, and he survived it without too much of a problem.
Let me just remind you, this is a round.
看起来是葡萄牙吧？
Player has
没错吧？
added additional Oracle
对啊，
now,
葡萄牙。
he's gonna get something like 16 favor per
对
minute.
葡萄牙的国旗没什么印象，我只有对3代的葡萄牙国旗有印象。
And dude, you see Shockwave, next cast is 15, Carnivora, the next one is 25. Eventually he's gonna go through Hyperion and he will be able to recast Chaos. Like this is what Uranus does. He's spamming god powers. And yeah, we see Aphrodite coming in surely from Recon here. He has to just manage his villages properly. I think both players are now realizing we're nearing the time when second gold mine is gonna come into play.
去
Although
让他
Serene,
发
he
个
does
文。
have Bolts of Erebus, so he's honestly not forced to go heroic just yet. He
Well,
does go for it.
plus also your market. So second gold mines have not. They matter. Of course, it matters. Gold mines are always going to matter. Until you have a trade route or something like that set up. So by all means, gold mines would matter. Like it's not necessarily a death sentence, especially when you got vaults of Erebus kind of banking up some of that gold for you.
Yeah, and just looking at the way the player plays here, positions his army, I'm not even sure if he quite realizes it. That look at this gold mine. There's like 1,000 gold left remaining there, 1,200 even. So like player, the second gold mine, the gold control that it looks like player was kind of going for here. It's gonna take a while, dude, before the head comes into play.
Yes,
Position though, so yeah, you can definitely see what he's going for. Wow, coming in, he's getting a lot of nice upgrades here. Damage from the potion here. They're trying to figure out what's going on with Recon, and this is certainly one way to do it.
来啊！
Well, okay, so Aphrodite's coming in. I believe we got Hyperion.
目前看起来 Player 这边的图控比较好，
Just like Soup said, we got Chaos.
不过 Recon 这边上时代了，
I don't know, favor Chaos is so dadgum brutal.
这边选的是
On
美神
typically the way players choose to go.
米米亚之师，还有变猪。
Yeah, this is kind of brutal for Recon because there's the defense factor of those watchtowers, but there's also the line of sight. Like Recon is just being pushed into his own small little corner now. So you see his vision here, it's very little here. Just the Pegasus helps out a bit, but second line coming in now. I want player to make
我猜是不是因为有更新，所以
and hoplites in particular, they're great against.
他们应该是有一个私人服。
We can let's see. I think
不确定是不是这样子。
Sarissa coming in, the far left upgrade. If you could, yeah, Sarissa. So that gives hoplites a little bit extra, makes them just a little bit better. But also on top of that, I thought I saw some Peltas that he was making as well. We see a couple of Peltas as well in the army.
If you're a player who's as good as Recon is, you can micro those Peltas very efficiently. You see 19 range. They outrange the Terminus so heavily. So if you just have 5, 6, 7 of them, they're really good at sniping those.
好，这边已经点了萨利沙长矛，100目可以让希腊步兵的近战增加一个最大射程1，
Plus there's
还要花15的信仰值。
potentially a big fight. Players choosing to chill.
I think Recon is gonna be good here. The balls of Erebus, it cannot.
地图是蓝色西湖
how
啊，
strong it is. The fact that Recon is now 30 minutes moving outside of his base for a goal.
不要直接在中间插宝。
So huge, but heavy infantry in for a player as well. Let's see what's
我也
going on.
要上了吗？这边有时代3的科技混沌术，有变株混沌。哦，震荡波。哇，这波打起来 ，Recon 有点危险呢。
He's got a lot of hop-like numbers, but are their numbers
Restoration was so
dwindling?
big here, but the heavy Murmillos, dude.
画面很豪华。
So strong.
Plus they're heroes, man. We're going. Was it B doing the whole hero Atlantean shindig? That thing might just go down right away, Soup.
And yeah, dude, Recon, he is behind in this game from all the early action going on, and you see player, he's forcing this fight here. He knows he has to take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, that's idle. Look at all those villagers repairing, dude. That is resources.
我怎么觉得 Recon 这场很危险呢、啊？
Plus they're not even gathering. Is it gonna go down? Is it gonna go down? Boom!
哇，这很亏哎。
Oh, dude. Brutal. What? The Sentinels are in. You can use Sentinels around Fortress for those of you who forgot. Man, you only used it earlier, right?
Yeah. But look at the comp now from player. He's adding in Contari.
他那个一直喷紫紫的，真的很烦。
The hoplites, I think they're losing to the Murmillos, and then the Termas.
你那个
Not even adding Arcus.
那个军队身上都红的。
Maybe Arcus man here, but only now do we see the first one coming in.
Dude, real quick, we have our first satyr coming in, right? We have our first satyr coming in. The satyr's a little bit slow to get over here. I think satyr spam could potentially be brutal. Look at this tree line right here, Soup. Look at that little choke point. We have the hill on the
鲨
side.
鱼之势增加了攻击力，并导致他们伤害的单位会随着时间的推移继续失血。鱼盔跟狂热双剑兵
Struggling here
都
though.
可以获得这样子的攻击
Back to
类型，
take advantage of the
会让敌方攻击之后会掉血。
to move away from that spot.
Oh my gosh, dude, the Sentinels are trying to just save it, but I don't think it's gonna be
哦，
enough.
这边还有萨特，麻烦了。
Top side, we saw that other gold mine up on the top side. He can maybe do a little sneakarooski.
There's an
and maybe
oracle there,
survive.
and the player is even building a sky passage up there too now, so he's just going for this gold.
哇，再插一个宝哦，亏到姥姥家了啦，
Recon,
车要死光光了。
And exactly. I don't know if this fortress is gonna
我
be
第一
enough.
场的点数就要输光了吗？
The economy is just so much further ahead for player. That's earlier second town center. All the army.
好吧，我的点数要输光了。
So many resources.
Recon 加油啊！
everything is dying for Recon here. He's down by 40 civilian population, and all the military is gone for Recon. He's got 9 military population remaining, and still
不过确实，现在这个版本改动之后，
forest is so good for player to just sit behind it.
希腊三国
You see
好
this?
像就没有那么强。
Yeah, the snipers, man.
GG 了。
He's got the snipers, and players got the victory, man. He snipes his way to victory, baby. Hello, game 1.
player 抓的时间太强了。
Game Titan player picks
Yeah,
off
really
Recon.
showing that he's not only good in 1v1, he's also good at Uranus apparently.
图有探好吗？没有看到他们的视野，也不确定。
That Carnivora, man, AOM is such a snowbally game.
Yeah.
The economy was pretty close, man, for quite a bit of the game.
经济是很接近，没有错。
He just shoots ahead.
Yeah, I think when it's shooting ahead, it's because he got that second TC up a lot sooner, and that's why you see this discrepancy occurring now.
Yeah, that first Carnivora, man, does so much damage. That is such a big difference between Old Age Mythology and Retold. The fact that if your town center gets destroyed while you're building it, you do not get those resources back.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
ultra
And that's why
brutal.
Recon was struggling so much. You saw him even building a storehouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, huge economic and tech advantage here for
中间有被打一波，就是他要开 TC 的那个时候。
Well, it took us a hot minute to get there, Soup. Yes, we had the
那一波也是死了一堆村。
but after that it was just kind of some positioning and some eco play, But once the action dropped, oh boy, did it drop! That was chaos for about 2-3 minutes until until he called it.
这个我记得也有比赛啊，这个光头先生
Back to this game. Why
他
was
也有比。
Ajax not in position for Recon? Like Recon must have played so many Greek versus Uranus or Gaia games at this point. He should know by now. You
Eh?
need your Ajax if you're building that second TC, because surely a good Atlantean player will have an
哎，
Aura
他这一次没有参赛。
positioned, ready to build that.
哦，他
massive
这边
amount
有
of Aura.
有转播，可是他没有打比赛嘛？
And he had his Minotaur there, stationed there already, so it's not like he was ignoring that as a possibility. He simply had the wrong unit. Did
蛮
he
奇
pick a
怪的。
relic? I know we
他
didn't
竟然没
pay
打
a
比
ton of
赛。
attention to the relics in that game. Did he Ajax maybe go pick up a relic or something?
Yeah, I imagine we didn't get to
对
see
啊，
it.
他有
He
打，
must have done
你看他
something
输
like
给
that.
Recon
He
啊，
must have been off
输给 Recon。
very welling. What is the
我
word?
记得他有打，
He wasn't where he was
在
supposed
系
to
列
be.
赛在资格赛的时候输给 Recon。
Dilly-dallying, exactly.
Willy dilly dallying. Willy dallying. Willy dallying with the thingamajigger over there.
看这里啊，
Exactly.
没有晋级啊。他打第2轮的时候撞到 Recon 啊
Are
也没有
we-
晋
are-
级，
do we know which
但已经很
this
强了，
is the
已经很强。
second map just
你
yet?
看 New Racing Cat 有
So
印象。
Tundra is the second map, and this will be Recon's choice. Interesting map.
由于我会一
Tundra.
直毒奶，
Tundra
先
map,
压对手好了。
You know, people who've played AOM for a long while before the Retold iteration as well will have a lot of fond memories of this map, I'm sure. But this map's still not in the ranked pool. Do you like this map in Retold?
I like it in general, man. I mean, it's got Hunt and I'm a Norse player. Of course I like it.
So the thing that makes Tundra different to every other map, yeah, pretty much every other map, is the fact that you start with 2 packs of 10 deer or elks or whatever they are.
第2张地
And
图，
this is really nice for a god like Odin, because it means you don't have to use Great Hunt early on in classic.
看起来比较像是大都会。
You just wait for the classical age, and then you get 1,000 food rather
我
than
切成英文看一下。
And not just that, with Odin you obviously have that hunt bonus. If you're playing Norse, you just want that food, stable food income. So I expect probably an Odin pick from player.
Yep, that's exactly what I was just gonna say. And I didn't shoot off.
不是大都会， 所以
I
是
don't remember all the. Actually, I should pull up the drafts. Can we look at the drafts?
哦是这一张，
on this screen?
变回中文。
Anyway, the thing, here's my opinion, Sub. I definitely like the safe hunt, but at the same time, since villagers are a
动员哦，这张图叫动员，
Some people say on Retold, you can still raid.
但
if you
真的有动吗？不知
you
道，
can still raid and get a lot of damage done against your
不知道是不是真的叫动员。
or sorry, even a god like Hades. Thank you, vodka.
Yeah,
Loki,
ISIS
Loki and
pick in
Thor.
from Recon now.
Isis and Odin. We've seen a lot of Tundra recently in Genesis Retold tournament, in the Underworld Showdown tourney a couple weeks ago as well. We've seen a lot of Isis and a lot of Odin. I'm not surprised to see. I thought maybe Recon would maybe bust down a.
这停调一下，这音乐很吵。
Come to realize the reason why people pick ISIS here is because, yeah, she doesn't inherently benefit from hunting more so than any other civ, but the fact that you start with that much hunt, that much food in your
好
base,
第2张地
which
图
means
啊
that you're，
动员。
less heroic or heck even faster.
Recon 这边选的是艾瑟斯哦
secure,
，Player
and
选的
advanced
是奥丁。
that you can just do so many things with ISIS. You can even add in 3 monsters.
那神话的其实整体节奏都还蛮快的。
Well, let's jump in and see how many monument. Indeed, let's jump in and see. I believe they're ready to go. Are we ready to go? I believe they are. If they are, let's go. Tundra, let's go.
好，进到游戏里，
Alrighty, folks, here we are. Game number
相信
2.
这一场应该还
Here's
蛮
ahead,
精彩的。
1-0.
我们来看这一场。好，黑子聊世纪，天天 ACG 大家黑子今天带来大家看到的是 EGC TV2赛事哦，创世纪杯神话重塑。这边进到的是8强赛啊，由台湾女婿 Recon 那在11月初的时候也宣布加入这个由韦恩所创立的战队哦，现在也是国际战队了 TAG。那也其实也是算是 TAG 正式跨足到这个神话世纪的一个代表。我们来看一下这一场赛事。
Second hunt. hunt, back gold mine. That's a great little base he's got there as well.
这一场
Yeah.
Recon 这边
Recon
选的
first
是
one,
艾塞
he's
斯
already
啊，
pre-queued the Flood of the Nile.
啊，
He's
对
going
手
for that
player
really,
葡萄牙的
really
玩
nice
家
move all the way
选
in.
的是
Flood
奥
of the
丁。
Nile for that 1 food per second, and he's adding in a pickaxe here with that straggler tree. Now sending 4 villagers over onto gold. So that suggests to me either he's going for a fast temple
哦，这
for a
边
fast
先拉
base,
艾塞
or he
斯
could
做
even
一
add in a
个
second
法老
monument
加
as
持
well,，which I've seen some ISIS player do, especially if you're going
因为
for
蛮早就
big
先开了这个
monument
采矿的
or
科
down
技。
early.
Well, so having said that,
我会
Sue,
讲 Recon
do you-
Papa
I don't know how many
是正
games
常的
you
吗？
played against Recon.
应该不太
Do you
正
think
常，
he tends? No, we can look at the build order and kind
应
of
该是不太正
what
常。
he's gonna go for. But is he more of a new? What do you think he's gonna go for? Is he gonna go for Ancestors Eclipse and see if he can get an AE off on the economy? Is he gonna go just heroic and Vigdal unit play? With a push with Ancestors Eclipse? Is he going Anubis?
I
What's your
think
feel?
Anubis. If you're asking me, I think he's going for Anubis because
好，那
Anubis
个
is
尼
just
罗河
the
洪水，
stable
艾塞斯
source
可以确
where
保你的
if
土
you
地
add
肥沃并
spam
稳
out
定
a
提
bunch
供
of
食
those
物啊，
new
有一个
items
1的
off,
食
as I
物
like
系
to
列，
refer to them as, and then you
就是现
spam
在
out
画面
you
上
get
正在研发的
2,
这个
3,
科
4
技。
barracks out, and you get every time you have resources in bank, you spend them on units. And as a Norse player, when you're playing against that,
比较
you
类似的
decide
是那个
actually
黑
like
帝斯，
every
也是有
unit
自
to
带
the
一个
focus
精细
oftentimes,
流，
and
也
it's
是蛮
really
不
hard
错
to
的，
play against this
应
Norse.
该没记错。
Well, actually, in
黑帝
what
斯有一
was it
个
last week, I
艾
believe,
勒
we
博
saw
斯的
similar
宝库，
matchups of
它的那个
Ra
精细流其实还
against
蛮强的。
against the Norse on Tundra, and the Ra players
好，这边
decided to
选
go
择
different tempo.
把
The Ra players
神
decided to
殿
go
盖
very,
在
very
正后
aggressive.
方哦。
And it looked pretty decent in those games as well. So
奥丁这
classical
边的
aggression.
神殿也放下去了，
Instead of
Yeah.
watches, however, with
等一
Ra
下
players
会有
going
乌鸦
off
出来。
this
乌鸦在新的改动中
But
视
yeah,
野是有
let's
缩
but
小
let's
的。
see. By all means, let's see. Can we take real quick? Take a the one good and bad thing about it. Forward.
哇，这个房
Awesome.
这个
Obelisk,
房
I
间
have
碑盖得
potential
很外
Ancestors
面呢。
Eclipse written on it. Anyway, gold mines, exterior gold mines. That very often for both players, either the Odin player or ISIS player, losing map control. If we're going to see a dynamic classical fight, losing map control is a death sentence. We saw it in game 1.
Yeah,
Can be a death sentence.
these gold mines are aggressive, so there is
好，
definitely
这
no
边
option
奥丁
for
选的
them
是
to
爱
do
玉
that.
女神
If
哦
one， player sits too tightly
然
in their
后
base, the other
Recon
one
这
just
边选
slots
的
to
是
go
阿
for
努
it. They have
拜
to go for that.
阿努比斯。
That is definitely Anubis and Freya
Anubis
as
it is.
well. How many monuments? Is it just the one for Recon though?
Second one going up right now. Next to the
Okay,
gold.
okay. So the question is, if he's going to add in a third,
好，这边
and
补
he's
下
going to
了
add necropolis
纪念
over it
碑，
that Anubis provides,
这边
it makes
拉了一只褐色来
monuments
锤这个
5% more effective.
房间碑，把它锤掉。
Hands of the
Real quick,
Pharaoh, so he's looking for the
Wow.
Charon's Opal. It's a decent enough relic. Is there
有一些
another
不错的
one?
宝藏啊。
Oh,
哦，这是石
Charon.
子的宝藏。
That's the best, dude. It's the best
很
relic in the
很
game.
好
I
用。
love that relic. And then Taurus
Well,
says,
哦，这个是打神话单位的，神
Well,
兽
okay,
之类的。
sure, but still,
哇
these villager
村民
villages,
家
that's a good one.
跑
Dude,
速
I can't
也很
remember
强。
which game it was. Before
哦，
we
这个
get too deep into
狩
this
猎
game,
季有
I
点
just
了，
wanna
所以你看这
mention
个
two
动物
great
超
gold
多。
lines. There was one match of this tournament last week where it was on Anatolia. I can't remember the players because there was a couple of Chronos matches on Anatolia. Anyway, I could easily argue that the game was won because one of the players picked up the gold
好
mines.
出来了，
exactly, like of all the relics, that
两
one
边
is
的
the
神
one
兽
that
应
has
该
the
会在
most
前期做一个
tangible
小交
effect
锋。
in a lot of games early on. And Valkyrie just sneaking past those two Anubites, taking down obelisks early on. I like that use of Valkyrie early. It's hard
Wow,
to
yeah.
really get value out of her, but like taking down the vision around the map from the ISIS player, really good use, I think. And ooh, look at
Indeed.
this.
Speaking of vision, is he gonna find these? Is he gonna
Oh.
find the hunt?
也哦啊，
Sees
没
that
看
ISIS
到，
player, you should
错
know
过了
something's up.
错过了漏区。
Dude, they're just the little spies, little James Bond, just slipping right through the defenses. Holy smokes!
可惜了
Valkyrie。taking down the priest. And Recon noticing now those deer and elks, or whatever they are here. Priest going down now, but yeah, he's noticing
好，
now.
方
those
尖
are
碑
really
挡生物这个细节，
tell here.
Well, honestly, like if you exactly. Ooh, is he gonna get stuck? No, he can jump out. That's
好
fine.
跳墙。
That's so funny. It's dude, you think you have this awesome ghost.
看
build.
起
Oh, I
来
trapped
Recon 这
two
边
legs.
好像会打一下时代2哦。
JK, LOL. They're just gonna hop the fence. Dadgummit. Anyway, yeah,
The
but here's the
pre-snipe
thing.
though,
Here's,
the pre-snipe from the Valkyrie turns out to be really effective here because that does mean that these Anubites can't be healed up quite as easily as they would be able to.
好，这边对方奥丁的乌鸦也停在
true. We got
对
some
手的
jumping
肉
action
区。
going on here, by the way. Spears are entering the fray.
好，看起来是以突袭骑兵配褐色作为
Interesting, he's going
主
for
力的
spamming
推进。
early. Oftentimes, if you're going for a Myth unit spam, you'll support them with X-Men because they can take down Hearses, and then Myth units can take down everything else, basically. But probably valuing the
搜查权
instead here.
弃毒犬还是搜查权？
To take down raiding cavalry.
Well, plus you can predict that your opponent is going to go for raiding cavalry as the Odin player, and so, and speaking of the
这
priest,
边有长枪兵、持斧战士跟投石手3种兵可以选。
That could be a town
那
center.
这边目前的组合是持斧战士可以反步兵，然后配长枪
anyway,
兵来反骑兵哦。
going on here, and
两个都是偏近战的，
patch back there.
然后出一个持斧，然后再出个长枪这样。
That's a
They
couple of
managed to
builds.
escape there.
Are they? Will they? Will they? Will they? Yes, maybe. Are we gonna pick off some priests? We got RC going down, dude.
One RC down, both villagers surviving, and they're going right back.
Exactly. The priests can just
这
kill
边
kill
武
up
祭
the
司
villagers and everything as well.
哦，没有，选择先往回走，
Players really putting
他
on
被包。
not really heavy pressure, but so far, I don't know. It kind of seems like he's done a little bit more damage than he's received.
I think it's what you gotta do playing as Odin versus Anubites, or Anubis in general, is try to get those raids going.
看起来 Recon 已经停兵了，点上时代，
For the big clash to happen, you're not gonna win that versus Egyptians.
选的是
The Anubites
看一下
just jump all over the place.
不要忘记那个刺神的名字叫啥？
Their attention on those dogs, and
啊，纳夫蒂斯哦，死亡女神。
So, as Odin, I like to start raiding. Use your mobility instead. Try not to get into a big clash.
他就移过去啊，你早点移过去不就好了，就不用去切。
Instead of we saw
纳夫
that
蒂
for
斯啊，
a short amount of time. Some players tried to go
埃及的死亡女神。
flips, straight fast heroic, AE on the economy, etc., etc. But we see player doing kind of semi-fast heroic type of a thing. A little bit of army. We got Nephthys coming in. I kind of like it, man. I like it. He has enough army on the field to put some pressure on player, force him to play some defense, etc.
Yeah.
他也跟你一样忘了，应该是不会吧
Player will have to move out for gold eventually, maybe in a minute or two. And by then there will be ancestors, there will be snakes ready as well.
哎呦，
It's very
这
not
边
use your
player
private
围得
healers,
很大
so you
哦
can。probably use that for, building 2 or 3 make strongholds or spamming out priests or whatever he decides.
Indeed.
Interesting use of snakes here, actually. Not quite sure what the idea is.
我放了个蛇纹，
Misclick?
Kind of looked
以时机点来讲，这个放的感觉有一点点是想要拖对手时间而已。
What was that all about? It's not like he had to even, panic and try and save his Anubites or something like that.
Yeah, they can
I'm
always-
saying that's a misclick, Sue.
Could be. This is such a weird misclick. Oh well.
No, it's just a distraction tactic. It's a distraction tactic. That's what it is.
Let's call it that. So is player moving?
哎
up
哎
fast?
哎，这牛车想干嘛？
What is the deal here? Oh yeah, he is. with the
哦，
dwarf
不错不
out
错，
already. There's one dwarf dead, probably.
这边有
around
抓到
here.
对手的小矮人。
Player needs to have an answer to all these myth units, and the ancestors there as well. It's so difficult because all he's got in the
哦，这场 Recon 给的压力是不错
they're
哦，
so weak against all the
而且还点了一个蛇，那个毒矛，
juicy Scotty coming in player now.
毒矛科技，
For him, probably actually not
可以
so
让
far away. Ah, it is there.
长枪兵获得一个0.13的神圣伤害，
Make
持
those
续
up.
6秒。
Those up.
Hamels coming
毒
in.
蛇矛，
So many different units here from the Egyptian player.
不过这是长枪的科技啊，所以要产长枪兵才可以使用。
Ancestors, there's priests, and as a Norse player, you're scratching your head. What do I do against all of these different units? And we'll see if player has the answer. There's Necropolis coming in for recon now. And yeah, still just 2 monuments, but it is a nice little boon to him.
他是点上时代了，是不是？
Actually.
这边 player 才刚点时代3呢，
Game here. He could
装
have
女
went
神。
full goal control, but I guess he's just saying he's using that prosperity.
他点的是冥王奥西利斯哎，
What will he
等一下有冥王之子了，
all the resources?
等一下有好戏可以看。
So not,
I kind
not
of
in a
like
rush.
it though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, player's not yet heroic, man, and so sure, Frost will be coming in here in just a moment. We also have Thundering Hooves coming in as well. I kind of want to say I like it, but at the same time, now Frost can just counter the ancestors play here. Maybe not.
Yeah, so it's an interesting little game going on here. Are you gonna use ancestors and then bait out the frost, or are you gonna hold
Yeah.
it and then
迅雷之蹄，
frost and ancestors are not gonna be used?
开店
It's always interesting in this scenario.
会那么快吗？应该没那么快吧。
Well, he's going for a town center, so he's really not going for that aggressive, really aggressive gold star play. He's going kind of the slow burn, some would
Yeah.
say.
It's what he gotta do. If you decide to not go,
哎，不对，这边还是没有上时代哦，
deciding a minute ago, I think he should have went for that.
两边都还是时代3，
Even having used
时代没上成
he's
功，
getting it now, and player does not have a TC, and I
把它
don't
全部都拿来转成出骆驼了，是不
Big
是？
W for Recon in that regard. He is gonna boost his economy a lot more than what player is.
Well, I mean, look at players. Honestly, look at all those villagers. Look at all those Z's right around the town center. Player's economy right now, like he's gotten pushed off the wood. He's got a lot of sleepy villas right now. All the while, for the most part,
好，直接把神殿打掉了。
pretty much this whole time.
Yeah, that's true. He's
应
been
该是什
hunting.
么？
He's been doing everything.
长
he
屋
wants to, and he
应该是
has
长
rest.
屋，要翻
Except for
应
maybe
该
that
说错。
small raid on the two
他的那个长屋又不是长屋，啊，随便，反正
We got a little bit of some eco
大厅
pressure
大
now.
厅
That's
大
one
厅
build
大厅
down. He has a head
大
by
厅打
TC,
掉了。
however, so he can recover from that, no problem. The one big thing ISIS, or rather Egyptian.
我这边用骆驼去追对手的突击骑兵，哎，这边很多村，啊，没有人要抓，
So
骆
huge
驼跟上来，
the extra
哇，
mobility
这一团抓的不
is
错
so，big, but they actually caught out here. Cavalry deals extra damage to these raiding cavalry, so actually a lot of damage dealt here.
There is a Valkyrie to heal him back up.
这场 Recon 节奏有哦，
There one goes. Oof.
And this is the patch where Odin has a 0.5 regeneration on those raiding cavalry per second, so yeah, not only is the Valkyrie there, they will also have some innate healing.
Indeed. Town center going up. I like that. From Recon, kind of matching.
哦，Recon 这边要转
Winter Harvest coming in. Ooh.
转公车，
Ooh.
Big raid.
然后奥丁这边选择点下了东收的科技，然后这边直接卡一个窄口，
Wow, so
直接砍烂这牛车啊！
5 to 38 villagers now.
Yeah, exactly.
Recon's playing this tremendously. Like he's just saying, okay, I don't have to go for a crazy goal control.
哇，这边直接用骆驼塔穿吗？
What is he even doing now? Going for the town center?
He's diving the TC. Come on, Recon. I know he's got some cojones, but seriously, what is
看
happening?
起来蓝方赢很大，没有，只是目前看起来是有优势哦。
I know.
奥丁现在是有一点
I mean,
被动，
said camels, are pretty darn good against raiding cavalry, especially.
但这边也不能死太多
He's
骆
kind of
驼
stuck。here with the army coming in from behind.
That was beautiful from player. Really beautiful. He's got so many throwing X-Men though, and Recon has done a great job. I don't know if he noticed those throwing X-Men, but the units that Recon are building now, they're so good against the throwing X-Men. So
好，这边拉另外一
Spearmen,
边
of，course, if he manages to just keep his spearmen away from them, those throwing X-Men are just going to be dead weight. But ooh, look at the
没有要踩 TC，选择往上抓采金的村民。
4 bills. Gonna be big.
Dude. Well, so Recon got that
呵
amazing.
毒蛇矛真的有够痛
He
的
just。kind of threw it away by, forgetting about his camels, losing a bunch of HP and whatnot on his and camels in the town center. But he kind of follows it up with some more eco pressure, a little bit more eco pressure here. This is a really weird game, in my opinion. Usually we see heroic age god
好，
power.
这边的墙要破喽。
This is a lot slower of a game, kind of a raiding abuse type of a situation. It's
I think,
different.
I think Recon is playing this so smart. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Like he's got the upper hand, but he doesn't force anything stupid. That's the reason why this is a weird game. Is because you're thinking Recon should be doing stuff, but instead he's
好，
just.
骆驼拉过来处理。
Yeah, he's losing 2, 3, 4 bills.
啊，上面这边打的没有很顺了，我觉得开始有一点点天平逆转喽。
True, let's be real here. That's two good scenarios here for player both on the top side and the bottom side.
Yes. Yeah, sure, man. Plus, we saw him a little bit earlier. We saw him take his third town center, so he is up at TC. Yes, he is up at TC as well. That Eco-Lee just going to get further and further ahead, which honestly, he needs those numbers as he's losing some units here. You talked about those throwing axemen, man. They're just going to shred.
哇，被冻住。
If he's not careful, there goes the Scorpion Man. And we got some camel action on the bottom side. Hello, man. Is he, speaking of diving TCs, player's going to dive his own TC, but there's no army at all anywhere near for recon. This thing's going down, dude.
What a move by player. I was just saying, those spearmen cannot go near the throwing axemen. And you saw
互相伤害。
camels are not in position at all.
你打我，我也打你。
And I think he just got heavy camels, by the way. So TC down 4 recon, but he's maybe threatening to take down his own TC if he puts his own aggression on this opposite side.
That's true. We saw before that the camels.
整体村民数 Recon 还是赢很多。
There are priests to take care of the frost giant. This is a weird game. I will admit it.
Well, I mean, just look now. Players taking the back town center of Recon, actually. So Recon, it's going to be 3 to 2 TCs if this thing stays up, which it looks like it's going to. It's going to be 3 to 2 TCs with more dead villagers. Recon's kind of in an awkward position now. That was such an awesome move there.
Yeah, from player and grabbing the TC up there, like you said, and he's got the option to go for his own second
哇，
TC.
可是 Player 这边直接把 TC 插出来了。
The back one, you mean? The back
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Dude. This is so weird, man. I love how player is playing this. Osiris is pretty cute. That's interesting. It's going to take Recon a minute to get there.
Recon loves Osiris, and he loves getting those mummies out with the help from Son of Osiris and just a nice backline of chariot archers adding in camels in the front. You're going to kill so many units with the mummy special.
然后这边又把它包起来，还敢过来插 TC 啊！
Helping out your army.
He's going for the double ancestors, baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's still got answers. You're right.
Yeah, yeah. But there's a frost.
Oh yeah, that's true. But the thing is, this doesn't work. When you get the mummy special, the minions will last longer, but it doesn't apply to ancestors. I'm about certain of that.
Well, Osiris is coming in.
开始卡人口了。
Thought suit. Sure, player took that TC up top, but if he goes up to Osiris and gets catapults going, we can see down on that bottom side there are villagers around. There's villagers, you know, in Recon's main base, down on the bottom side, etc. So he can, and there's a siege works. He can get catapults going with the Son of Osiris push, where we could see, you know, the big god powers coming out and whatnot.
Yeah, you're probably right that he does need to threaten the CC somewhat. Big fight here happening. I don't think player can win this.
No.
Camels are so strong, especially with priest back up against the frost giants.
Oh,
But yeah, the one big win for player right now is the fact that he's got the better settlement control, and that's
哇，这个欧西里斯也是升级升很久。
catapults like you mentioned.
Well, but the problem is, and by the way, look in the Osiris is coming in as we just saw, but also the villager numbers are basically the same right now. So here's the thing: if player can hold on to those town centers, that's nice. But at the same time, he's up TC and he's just going for mass military. He's not going mythic. He's not going mythic at all. So it's going to be really tough for him to fight against the Son of Osiris.
It will be very tough. I actually played this. Exact matchup versus Recon, Odin versus Isis here, and once
还差一点点，欧西里斯就升上去了。
I didn't know what to build anymore, so I'm interested in seeing what's gonna happen here.
Well, I mean, look at this position right here, dude. Double Migdal right outside the main base. And remember, we saw Winter Harvest come in. There's Osiris, by the way. We saw Winter Harvest come in.
一局，
Oh!
Damn. So we didn't get
恭喜 TAG Recon 啊，拿下这一场的胜利。那我其实觉得没有到很意外，
You know there's going to
前面给的压力真的蛮
there's
够
going
的
to。be, you know, Mictal's already set up. It's just so damn difficult to deal with as a Norse player.
Dude! I didn't expect that! He just instantly throws in the towel! He was
It's
throwing in the towel as the Son of Osiris was being cast. The towel hath been thrown. Wow!
I think player didn't want that bad experience that he knew was coming in. Like
不错，这一场
Seriously.
Recon 打得很棒。
Son of Osiris there.
好，那我们就接着来看下一场吧。
Brutal. And player, he wants to keep up morale, so he says, no, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah, we see Recon's economy finally kicking up above players.
你要等一下，官方还没有进下一
Finally
场。
with the bill numbers. Exactly, like part of it, you could think of it like player wanted to save his sanity for other games. He's like, nah, it's not even worth the mental effort to try and fight against that in the row cage.
Yeah, it's so brutal, and I mean, I see where player is coming from. A bit of a, if some people out there really wanted to see the Son of Osiris in action and wanted to have those 30 minions on the field at once, would have been nice for the highlight reel, player.
I wanted to see it. Yeah, dude. That's a player's gotta up his level, man. He's gotta up his level for the viewer experience. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Kager incoming now, so that would
下一
be
张是宙斯对上盖亚。
where he plays his Greek, where he is most comfortable, where he is supposed to shine. So versus Gaia on Kager. I haven't seen much Gaia on this map, have you?
A couple times, yes, a couple times, and if not Gaia, then I think Iran. In fact, I almost have not seen any Egyptian, almost no Norse, mostly Zeus and some Hades, and a couple of Aranos, Kronos, Gaia picks here and there.
Yeah, I think that, like you mentioned, Hades.
怎么可能倒数只剩2分钟啊？这也太短了吧！
Strong here. The fact that you have fish economy to give you a very nice, clean, fast heroic, and then on top of that you get those Scylla's out just to ensure you win probably both sides of water if you're playing it right. It's really hard to deal with as a non-Greek player.
盖亚打宙斯应该是盖亚优，
Skill make it, by all
应
means,
该
skill
是，
is, one side, but by all
应
means,
该是。
Athena hoplite aggression is really what is the threat from the Zeus side. So it seems like we got the game that
我没有很确定他们之间
we'll see if
强度到底差到多少。
play.
我们看这一场吧。
The reason I said fast heroic, I'm pretty sure it was Pegasus Rush I saw doing it, and it just looked so strong. You get the restoration bronze combination of god powers, and that is brutal, I'm telling you. The Hydra with bronze seems unkillable, and then on top of that you put the restoration. Hello, how do you even deal with this? Really sick stuff from player. I love this.
克拉格，
Saving himself a granary here.
翻译叫啥来着？
Yeah, saving the granary, getting those caribou right next to his town center, amazing. And speaking of players spawning in the top right,
克劳加尔。
on his top side.
好，两边应该是都直接放码头。
Bottom side, Recon, our blue Gaia player. There he is, dropping his dock on the opposite side. So a little bit of an opposite side play here. Well, so far we've seen a lot of players, interestingly enough, prefer to go to the top side on Kerlager. I find it very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what it
Kinda like-
is. I think it's something about where your camera is located when it's starting, and then it's just so easy for you to, I don't know, to select your town.
哦，这边 player 还有感动物哎。
about it, I'm pretty sure.
By the way, having said that, I really like the Retold feature where your units don't just automatically spawn out of your town center at the beginning of the game. You can
so
move the garrison point, so you can or the waypoint, whatever you call it, so you can spawn them on the top side. Anyway,
so good.
anyway.
Player,
Well,
player's got his dog up here, and he's getting his fishing boat.
看到对手的码头了。
Recon, and yeah, you can decide to go for one side, or you can decide.
希腊大亚特兰蒂斯，哎，在还没有改版前确实是这个样子。
And I expect
现在已经改版过了。
going on both sides here.
希腊很多那个
Early aggression
英雄
from both.
还有
Did
神
they
兽
mention the
都被削弱了。
Do you expect that to work against Gaia?
Well, I mean, I kind of expect it to kind of work against whoever, because don't forget, the water can be traversed, can be walked on by land units. And so, like, we've seen a lot of these Zeus players choose to go for a good number of hoplites, maybe a couple of ships, but the kind of a similar idea as Kronos. You try and just dash your way quickly, and win one side of water quickly, and then go from there. Maybe grass the other side, maybe grass land, etc., etc. And since their hoplites can walk on the water right here, it's the aquatic terrain, whatever you want to call it. They can pick off fishing ships. They can pick off military ships, docks, etc., etc.
这种复合图都比较麻烦一
I
点，
expect from
你要
Gaia
同时
actually
抢
what he
海，
can is
然后又要打海，
Andrea
然后又要
and
骚扰
Carnivore
陆地上的
actually
这
should
些
be
村
really
民
good。on this map too.
True. Especially maybe what you're thinking like carnivora, some defensive carnivora action. Caladria, you
Either
can
on
do
the
some variety of
could
different
also
ways.
be on the dock, but also
Mm.
you know, Caladria is actually a good counter to Scylla, especially if you get heroic, where you get the Nereid out, which is an anti-water myth unit. You slow down the Scylla with the Caladria, and then you hit the special attack with the Nereid, and then you just go back and wait for the special attack to recharge. I think that's a good counter,
That's brutal.
right?
That's a good idea, though. We see Athena coming in, by the way. He
好
just，put
两
that-
边
just put
开
that
始陆
Athena
续的上时
Ocean
代哦。
Rose incoming, and
The
he's got
Athena here.
check it
宙
out.
斯这边
He's
选的是
got
雅典
two
娜，
prayers,
没有选
two
人头马，
Bill's praying right now on the temple. Can we jump back there real quick?
没有选那个人头马实力。
This
Looks
Benny
like
on gold. What does this mean? It has.
Minotaur Hoplites?
盖亚选什么？什么？
I mean,
盖亚
I
选
can't tell.
女神西朵吗？我看错。
We've seen some Hades players go for 2 TCs. I don't think that's what he's going to go for. I wonder if this is going to be some Minotaur Hoplite aggression on water, or maybe on land, just wherever.
I think looking at his economy, 2 TCs honestly is a good suggestion. It could be what it is.
他这边选啊，不是西朵，雷朵，黑暗女神雷朵。
Boom.
真
That's
假的？
exactly
他们也要选海神哦。
nowhere near wood.
海神奥西纳斯不是大家最爱吗？
But I don't think strategically.
怎么现在是选雷朵？
We see
Yeah,
Jason
absolutely.
going to the water.
It's a trash TC for sure.
Mm.
All right, what do
Huh.
we see? Double military barracks in from player, probably.
Boom, boom.
Military academy. So it's just going to be, yeah, hoplites and a. Could be Minotaurs or it could be heroic at some point. We'll see.
Sure. Sure.
Leto in for recon.
Oh.
可能秘密
Explain that,
练
Mr.
过。
Atlantean player.
So
Explain yourself.
Leto has been ignored for the longest time, but slowly starting to resurface here. And
Yeah.
I think
这边直接拉英雄过来敲这渔船，
that they can repair each other.
牛头人也过来打渔
So
船。
if you play defensively, you can keep them alive infinitely. And you also get that 3 times multiplier versus myth units. So you can even take down Minotaur spam or even Hydras like we talked about. Heck, they can take down Scylla.
That is an interesting point as we see some aggression on water here. Heracles, Jason, Minotaur, Hoplites are coming over. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. Just the fact that look at that heavenly Minotaur walking on water, baby.
Yeah.
That guy is blessed.
The fishing boats are
这渔船会被锤到
They're
翻。
eating this eggs like they're
Yo, he's surfing, man.
牛
We
头
got a
人滑
surfing
步。
Minotaur busting down this fishing ship. What in the world?
You don't find that in other games, surfing cows like that.
I know.
We got it in Retold though.
You silly folks watching Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 4. Oh, come on. We got surfing minnows here, folks. Let's go.
这样子我好像觉得不是很妙哎。
The surfing cow, like we mentioned, and Recon trying to counter.
Recon 这边有点凶哦，
Well, I know. The fire ships, that's an interesting
这
decision.
边遇到的状况感觉不是很好打，
Are
我
they
感觉有点快被宙斯打趴
On the
了
other。side, however, vodka.
And they don't seem very effective either. They're targeting.
Yeah. Gold mine. Man, forward gold mine.
This is nice what Recon is doing.
不过 Recon 这边陆地上也是有做出击哦，
Out micro.
在海上被骚扰的很惨。
So it's such an interesting scenario because the hoplites in a direct confrontation when there is no micro, the hoplites will just dominate these Terma. But if you micro properly, you hit and run, then the hoplites aren't going to be ever able
哇，下面这边的码
to
头
hit their target.
渔船死光光啊
and then Recon is just going to slowly win. But this is an amazing action down here from player. He's killed so many fishing boats and fire ships for what it's worth.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is awesome. Is there another dock down there? I think there's only the one dock. From what I can see. Yeah, a couple of fishing ships left over. Anyway. Man, having that forward gold mine, that really complicates things for player. I think that's really smart of Recon to get some counter damage in, you know. You gotta
Yeah.
do something.
Now we see the Termas. They're playing defensively now.
哦，有
Decided
骑
to
兵过来了，
react to all this
标
action
枪
now.
过来
A
了。
lot of these fishing boats actually still alive. Good job to Recon keeping them alive. And see, this is what I'm talking about. This hoplite army is strong, but against the Termas with the 5 speed or whatever they are, they cannot get to do their thing. And it's so
一直
obnoxious.
甩，一直甩，一直甩。
Have to play against this.
Wow, Trireme coming in. Okay, I'm not. Indeed, I mean that's one way to try and do a little bit of damage against a Terma, but there's too many Terma. That's a problem, Sue. There's way too many. They could just fight straight up against a Trireme, no problemo.
Yeah, interesting here the way that the land water power is playing out.
Yes,
Now player
Player
decided to go
moving-
for the left side.
indeed. You know, there's man, but at the same time, if you look at the military
哦，
numbers,
上
they're
时代
dead.
了，
Thea is in now for
上
Recon.
时代啦。
It is, but at the same time,
原升级选的是西雅女神，
top points on both sides.
会有
They
树
have an
精。
even amount of military, but still, I feel like players done more eco damage, right?
Yeah,
刚
yeah, for
让
sure.
你刚刚凶我，再凶啊！
I'm just so interested in this Thea because
这边
you
有
know
点
what
打
that
回节奏了。
opens up the possibility for Recon to do is to get that Poseidon secret upgrade, which makes cavalry faster, and Terma is cavalry.
Indeed, very indeed.
So the hit and run, you thought it was annoying before, just wait till you see that upgrade
It's
in
gonna
as
get
well.
worse, huh?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, the fact that you know players getting damage on both sides, it's really good. But at the same time, the doctor's still up on both sides, and so sure he's done damage, but he hasn't really gotten that, you know, that big win of completely kicking Recon off of one of the sides of water.
Yeah, it's totally true. Also, the fact that Recon gets heroic now, I forgot to mention, he can get ballistics, and I think ballistics is going to help out a lot if he can afford it here. He's going for the Dryads now, so immediately putting down a Hesperides tree, getting Persane, very good job, even getting the Shaft Mine, and the 5 Dryads are going to help out a bunch.
看起来
The fact that
一
he's
时
got
代
so
三这
many Termas,
边
he can even target down the Arcade Gates hero extremely easily.
好
And
像
then
还
when you've
行
got
哦。
so many Dryads to boot, and he can add in Stymphalian birds or robots, whatever he decides, it's gonna be hard for the Greek player to deal with.
I want to see some automaton spam, man. I don't know if we're gonna see that, but I want to see automaton spam. They look so cool. Their new designs in Retold look so freaking cool.
And you know what? Now, like 11 minutes into the game, it makes sense too, because it's going to be a question about goal control very soon. And then it doesn't matter too much that they're a 4.2 speed. They are slow, let me tell you, those robots.
Yeah, good point. Good. But still, they look cool, so it's worth it.
Yeah, yeah, and no, and my point was that when you're controlling gold, it doesn't matter too much if you don't have that much speed to work with.
Just gotta sit on a gold mine, baby.
Yeah.
Doc is still up, man. Doc is still up, so I think Recon's
这
gonna do
边
a great
都
job.
没有正面会战，就比较无
He's
聊一
keeping
点
both
了。
sides of fish alive. This is awesome. He's Gaia, so his economy's
Okay.
already getting better, but it's just
海
that
边去
one
抢这个码
because
头
he，hasn't really allowed player to get that win, like I mentioned before.
Yeah, and you look at the villagers, it's 40 civilian pop versus 40 civilian pop, but Gaia has got the Persane, he's got all those Gaia economic guild upgrades, and now we are seeing, just, there was a nice, really nice villager kill onto player there, and Heroic is in for player, so I expect there to be a big clash soon. And we do have the Restoration Bronze God power combination that I was talking about. I hope we're going to see the power of it. It's so brutal.
Oh yeah. The gold mine's out, Soup, so sure, you can survive on a market for some time. You can maybe sneak up. Ooh, you can sneak up to the
Oh, you
top
can.
side. Hello.
Not only that,
Okay.
dude, have you seen player?
Wow,
He's got
so
2
quite
Hydras,
like
and
that.
there's a 3rd Hydra in queue right now. And I told you about Bronze and Hydra, right?
太
It's
快袭啦！
insanely hard for Recon to deal with.
Indeed. Stimpbirds are nice, however. Members, you know, they can only be ranged. Sure, the heroes can range them, but there's no tox or anything on the field. So Stimpbirds do a decent job against myth units, right? That's something for Recon.
Yeah. Wow, the Scylla is good. Like
Wow.
all the damage up until this point has been Recon has been able to dodge it, but the Scylla, no more. I think he's gonna have to lose the water now.
By the way, real quick, up on the top side vodka, there was one unit from Recon that went and really quickly saw the gold mine. We don't need to pay attention to it. Yeah, but there was one unit that went and snuck and saw the gold mine. It's It's between those two gold mines up there. So I think that Recon maybe does maybe know about the gold mining situation up top, possibly. That doesn't mean he's instantly moving up there. Yeah, there is a term. Yeah, that's the term.
I think that Terma, I expect what Recon did there was just to try to get all the black
Vision
from the minimap away, basically.
哇，这两边看起来都没有想要开战，
Yeah, that's true.
都还在搞
But even
海
then,
边
you
的
know, the
渔
score is so
船。
far away from Recon's production, so forcing a fight over there with your production so far
像
away,
播到这种局
very
呢，
risky.
通常都会相当的消耗心智，因为两边都没有开战，要一直讲一些其他的话题来避免观众太无聊。
Well, one turn.
Almost.
There's gonna be
两边都在等时代4
Man, he's earning his keep over there. Play defense there, boy.
Get away from there.
Big fight, man. Here it is, Soup. There's
哦
the
金
golden
邦邦
bronze
青铜
diamond.
树，
There we go. Are we gonna see a resto? There it is. Is that a little bit of an early restoration? Plus, we have the Marmillo raid up on the top side. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Big
He's
Recon
gotta-
raid. And you know, Recon, he's ready for this. He's got so many hero archers now, and that's why the early restoration was cast. It's because all those hero archers were targeting down that Hydra, forcing player to use it there. Either he was going to lose a Hydra, or he casts restoration and he keeps them alive. So he decides to go for resto, and I just gotta give credit to Recon for that. I think.
Oh, indeed. He definitely prepped for it, man. Those things look
对
beautiful.
啊，时代优势没了。
Seconds left of the bronze. So he's, this is nice from player, getting some map control, but he got knocked off gold, and now the bronze is over. So it's Recon's turn to hit back on land.
And all the hero archers are still alive. Yeah, 2 of those Hydras has got an extra head on them, but the hero archers are gonna be so effective at taking them down now. No more restoration, no more bronze. They're not nearly as menacing as they were before.
Fortress is gonna help defend though, however, but here we go.
好，冲上来，
Coming in here from Recon.
可以吧 ，Recon？
Chaos. Chaos there in that
Such
little
a nice
map.
pinch. And all the archers now on the side of Recon are doing an amazing job. All of players' army is melee, and they're struggling to find a target. Meanwhile, most of Recon's army is just sitting there, hitting, 2 Hydra set, 3 Hydra set, just like that.
No, dude, this is look at the military. Look at the military. Look at the military. Nothing left over for player compared to.
好，看起来是很顺利的清光了。
Yo, he's taken out this fortress, and possibly we're gonna see a GG coming in here soon. That was a brutal fight.
只要趁对手没上时代4之前，赶快推掉。
Oh, I didn't see that. Hera's coming in.
He clicked that a minute ago, and it's just 2,000 resources that he spent on going mythic instead of, getting a second fortress or getting some military upgrades, getting more units out, more production, and resultingly he's just getting overrun here by the Atlantean unit spam.
But Soup is, I mean, look at this army. If he uses a lightning storm against this army of Recon, can he delete the army and come back?
I don't think so. The big issue with Lightning Storm is
啊，这边还打不进去，快点！
in order for Lightning Storm to be effective, you need to force your opponent to stay where they are. Or if they decide to retreat, you need to have an army there to continually hit them as they're retreating, so you get damage that way. But you see, player, he just doesn't have an army that is threatening enough to do that. Let's see when the Lightning Storm hits. Let's see it. It's gonna be here. It could be clutch.
Goes the fortress. There's only one way he can really retreat here. Maybe he can use it a little bit behind Recon, so that he retreats through the lightning storm or something.
Lightning Storm is cast, and you see here, you just run away from it. It's building up the Lightning Storm. So
一直打雷，一直打雷。
but it's only at the last
闪电风暴。
2 seconds, so it's really dealing damage. And now Recon's army is away from the Lightning Storm area of effect, so it doesn't do much.
That was horrible. Oh, that was horrible.
This is what I was talking about. You need an army to pinch them in place, or you need to be focusing down an enemy gold mine where they have to still have their army located or something. When you use it like this, if you're the enemy, you just say, "All right, I'm gonna leave then."
See you later. You'd run away from the lightning storm, man. If only that was, in real life. Anyway, yeah, failed lightning storm, and I think that might be a failed comeback from player at the same time. Recon is in the driver seat.
这样看起来还是 Recon 这边
Everything elite.
有优势啊。
Hydra for the win, kind of Hydra for the comeback, maybe.
对手这边的金都踩完了。
The hero archers are extremely effective against them. There were probably a lot of them, but these hydras just haven't managed to find any value in this game. And it's
好
a Recon
恭喜
victory.
Recon。
Recon victory, man. Player starts off strong, but Recon
哇，这一场其实
back win.
以观看性来
On
讲，
players home map, remember, like you said, Karlauger is players home
没有很
map
好看，
pick for game
Not just
three.
that, players
有点突啊。
like this is him playing Greek, plays Zeus on his home map. And Recon makes it look easy. I don't know if he made it look easy, but very, very convincing either way. From
应该15分钟就可以结束的。
You want to know what's interesting? Like player was going for fishing ships on water, right? He was going for fishing ships instead of taking out the dog.
看起来 Recon 那个渔船被骚扰，好像真的影响不大。
To stop the fire siphons, no, not fire siphons, the fire ships from coming out. And maybe he could have stopped that water play a lot faster if he went for the dock instead of the fishing ships. He went for the fishing ships, but Recon had a fishing ship spam. So it was kind of like just a waste of time. That allowed Recon to continue fishing with all the other ships and build up his tournament numbers. And once those tournament numbers came out, they hit the gold mine and then they could play defense. And after that, it was kind of no problem for Recon.
Yeah, and Recon had only one dock on both sides, if I remember correctly. So I think that would definitely be an option for player, maybe something to consider for next time you're playing against stuff like this. Like all the damage that he dealt on those fishing boats, it just didn't amount.
对啊，
much
盖亚
in the
木
end.
头比较好
It
获
seemed
得。
like Recon was just saying, all right, you're doing this, you're doing that. I'm just gonna play my game. I'm gonna get my sick economic upgrades playing as Gaia, and eventually you just saw Recon overrunning player here.
哦，第3场啊，
Recon overrunning Recon. That's how OP he is.
第4场啊，第4场，现在已经打3场了。
He's starting to possibly overrun the series. Soup. We are. I mean,
塞芬纳吧，
for next time, maybe
好像是念塞芬纳。
about getting that dock down instead of the ships. Anyways, he's almost done with the next time because this is match point for Recon. It's a best of 5, right? It is a best of 5. First 1 to 3 matches. That means Recon. He's up 2-1. One more win, and he goes on to the semifinals, man.
Yeah, and we have an interesting matchup here: Ra versus Loki on Savannah. I'm looking forward to this one. These are probably my 2 most played gods in Retold. I'm pretty sure.
可以再要 Recon 了吧？
Probably my 2 favorite gods if I'm.
他这么
being
他这么
honest.
猛，
And if I had
可
to
以
tell
可以
you
总
a
该要
favorite
赢1
this
场了吧？
particular matchup,
应该说总该
struggling
直接
to
赢
tell
3
you
场吧
who's favorite.
Really?
I mean, yeah, because Ra can do myth unit spam, and a lot of people will say that Loki deals with myth unit spam easily because he's got the Herser, the good Hersers. That's what he's good at. But then with the X-Men to boot from Ra, you can really take down. Like you can let your myth units deal the brunt of the damage, and then everything else you do is just build X-Men to counter the heroes, and that's all you do. And this can be so hard for Loki to deal with.
Well, by all means. Excuse me. I think it was was it last patch or the one before? I can't remember exactly which patch it was. Axeman got a buff was it against infantry? I think. And so
Yeah.
they're that much
Yeah,
stronger.
they got a higher multiplier versus infantry.
That's what it is, Kay. So Axeman against Hersier.
好，进到第4场赛事。
Yeah.
不对，这是精彩回放啊！
Seeing a replay here of the bronze restoration.
刚刚的 replay。
Hero Arc is targeting down the Hydra there, forcing the restoration. And now, as soon as restoration and bronze is cast, all Recon has to do is just turn back and say, all right, I'm gonna wait 30 seconds and then I'll fight again. It's no point fighting this ridiculous Greek army right now.
Well, that was such a nice reaction time from Recon. Boom, there's bronze. Boom, the restoration. Yo, he's out of there. Same thing with the lightning storm that we saw later on. Just such an immediate reaction from Recon. It was just excellently handled. Those god powers, those game-ending god powers were just excellently handled by Recon, man. Really well done.
Pegasus Rush play Greek and Zeus in particular on water. And what he does, the reason he makes it work is because when he uses his god powers, he is pretty much under his opponent's town center, where your opponent cannot decide to just run away. He's hitting the timing at the best possible moment, and he's got his unit in place just when he needs it to. when they need to be there. And then, he's forcing his opponent to fight it. Whereas what happened in this case was Recon just said, all right, I'm fleeing. But Pegasus Rush will do all in his power to avoid that.
Indeed, having said that, game number 4 coming in hot.
第4场 Savannah
blue playing
Recall
Loki down here on the bottom left side.
洛基
Really nice amount of starter
对上的是 Player 的 Luck。
Super nice. Okay, and on the other side we have Player going for an Egyptian pick, going for Ra, getting his monument out, looking good. Same amount of delicious hunt, very nice. Yeah, I think it's one thing real quick, Soup, is that we were talking about the Axeman against the Herseer. I just saw a little scowl from you. What is it? Are you questioning his build order choice here? What was that about?
Yeah, it's just such a weird build order he's doing.
Go on, Mr. Build Order King. Go on, go on.
Well, Ra has that. You can empower a monument with the Pharaoh playing as Ra, and then everything in the area will be empowered. But Player is not doing that. Instead, he's using his Pharaoh on the granary, his priest on the monument, and now he's empowering the gold mine with the priest. And resultingly, he's not scouting the map. Well, he's doing it now, I guess. But now the gold miners aren't being empowered. So I don't know. This what?
Sorry, I thought we were gonna see a little trap there, but we see a spy instead.
Yeah. I mean, this is an interesting build order from Player. He's got how many? 7 on food right now, only 2 on gold. So empowering the granary rather than the monument means he's got a better food income and a slightly inferior gold income. So yeah, this could be good from Player actually.
Yeah, so explain that. You
好，两边都在踩肉，还没有补下闪电。
It's empowered, but not at the same empowerment strength as if a pharaoh was just empowering a single building. So he's prioritizing that as good as possible food income, empowering the granaries.
So the AoE effect that you get is about 2/3 as effective as just empowering with the on the granary, for example. So these small little calculations you have to do while you're playing Ra. I like to just say, nah, forget it. I'm empowering the monument, and then I'll focus on scouting, and I'm focused on what am I doing this game and stuff like that instead. But this is such a sick obelisk from Player. Look at this. He's scouting very aggressively down there. This tells me that he's going for classical age fighting, and he wants to starve Recon off of resources.
Well, he's gonna see the gold. Yep, he sees the gold mine right here. I was gonna mention that gold mine a little bit earlier. That if Player does go aggressive, and if he does maintain or manage to get some kind of a map control, that gold mine is maybe a little bit sensitive right there.
Yeah, especially to Wadgets with their 16 range or whatever it is, can be really, really hard to stop as a Norse player with the Axemen, with the aforementioned Axemen as bodyguards.
Yeah, absolutely. Porsetti's coming in.
Porsetti, good choice. You know, I mentioned that Wadgets are hard to deal with, but Healing Spring right next to the gold mine, really, really good counter to it. Because the Wadgets rely on poison damage, damage over time, but then the Healing Spring will alleviate that greatly.
Indeed. Having said that, Vodka, real quick, I wanna. What are the other food options? We haven't really mentioned the food options just yet for our Loki player Recon. There's some. That's a far right corner. Over on the blue side, that's what I'm thinking of. Because by all means, to get those Herser numbers up, just Norse in general. There's some monkeys down.
对，还没两边都没上10代哦。一个选普塔，另外一个选这个。
I think there's a pack of Castells to the right. That's probably his
洛基的那个凡赛提哦，有泉水的刺神。
Pretty sure player can stop that. So
通常都打快攻，但这边完全没有想要快攻的意思嘛。
You need that hunt as Norse, but you also really need that hunt if you want to go for those strong Herseer. But again, the Herseer, they suffer so hard against the Axemen. Things can get a little bit complicated in the classical age, honestly, unless he really goes for the big time. If he gets a lot of myth units out, I think maybe that's a possibility for our Loki player to Eyes in the Forest coming in.
It is a possibility if he manages to get favorites.
听谁更
Remember, in order to get that favorite, and What are you gonna fight if if your opponent's milking?
Obelisks.
Oh yeah, I
Fight
guess.
obelisks.
Fight zebras on the map.
Yeah. Hyenas, zebras,
The
etc. All the
zebras,
good stuff.
the zebras and the monkeys and so on, they do actually net you some favor, but it's very limited. It's not enough to support a real myth unit spam strategy. What is this relic? Who's gonna get it?
It's a race to the relic. It's a race to the relic.
Oh, was it a good one? It's what I'm interested in.
I will take a look at it here in just a second.
Oh
baby.
my god, it's the Tears of Sivili once again.
Recon's got this game then, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Gotta net give this one to Recon then. Yeah. Let's look at player's army. Yeah, it is Wadgets, Axeman, and a priest to boot. Ooh, he can stop the Hearser here. Oh, player kind of sleeping on the job. Maybe he's gonna find it now. Would be such a nice kill onto this Hearser if he can manage to do so.
Hall of Thanes is coming in though, Soup. Hall of Thanes is coming in, so if he can zip away real quick, that would be nice. Golden Lions. It's all about those Golden Lions. I don't think he's gonna get it.
Oh,
now.
it's not
掉
gonna
了
get it. And the
拿不到
priest
Golden Lion 了
take the relic now.
He's gonna pick it
Yeah,
up. He
there
picks
we
it
go.
up.
直接拿祭司拿起来。
These are the early skirmishes we love to see, isn't it?
Well, on the other side, I think maybe on the berries, we have some Hearser hitting the berries. Boom, there we
On
go.
villager kill. It's a
Not
nice
bad.
retribution kill here for Recon, but just keep in mind, he lost a Hearser, he lost Berserk right there. We didn't get to see it because there was a raid going on. But yeah, all in all, it's hard to say who came out on top here. Wow, actually Recon going for this hunt. I'm not sure player knows this, does he? Does he even know that there are rhinos?
Well, I mean, although his army is
Ooh,
headed
he's going there.
that way.
Oh wait, he
But-
doesn't know.
No,
Maybe
he
he's
only went
lucky.
around the bottom side for obelisks, so he's just scouting in the dark right now. And I mean, since he might not find what?
Let's see. This is gonna be big. It's gonna be big.
村民村民村民村民村民
What is happening here? Where are they going? Soup? What is happening?
哎
What
呀
is happening here, player? What are you doing?
This is really good from player. This looked a bit wacky what was going on, but keep in mind Recon took all his hunters, went over to the left side, killed the rhino, and now he has to retreat back into his home base. So he had so much idle hunter time there, and that's a big win for player.
Oh yeah. Player needs to be a little bit careful, however. His forward army. Ooh, Sobek pretty cute. He's
Bien
over here
xa.
with Sobek, and he's thinking about it. Okay, maybe not. I was gonna say I saw a lot of RC numbers, raiding cavalry numbers coming out. So with the Hearser and the RC, maybe he can actually fight this army of player that's forward and pick it off. He needs to be a little bit careful, is all I'm saying.
In this matchup,
哎，这边 Recon 也赶快在拉墙
it's really
了。
hard to play Ra because you gotta figure out: am I hard committing to fighting classical, or do I need to go heroic gate at some point? And I think right now, seeing the pre-queue of Sobek already, I guess player has said, all right, I'm gonna take my pedal off the metal or whatever it is you say, and I'm gonna return to my base.
Oh,
I'm gonna get
鳄鱼
Sobek.
索贝
Probably
克，
look to add in cavalry, maybe even those laser crocodiles that are really strong.
We haven't seen a lot of laser crocs, man. Not a ton, at least, not a ton, especially against Ra. At least recently, Sekhmet and those nasty slingers have definitely been the way to go. Players' choices for the most part. But we're gonna see Sobek this time. So
Yeah, I think so. Something really nice about Sobek is that you get the Locust Swarm rather than the Citadel, which means as soon as you hit heroic, you get a real nice power spike. You can use that Locust Swarm either to kill off however many villagers you hit, or you can aid your military in a big skirmish, and you can maybe try to target off the throwing axemen, the hearses in front, or whatever it is.
Yep. And real quick, before we talk about heroic too much, Soup, yeah, like I started to mention, there was just a patch the other day for Retold, and there's some spectator struggles as we see a little bit of some
snipe there.
aggressive, yeah, picking off a
Hey,
priest.
where are the
that's really nice.
lions? Has the lions relic not been secured? Is that what he's walking around with there?
Oh,
Don't tell me, player.
I gotta get this out though, Soup. I gotta get this out. Wait, do I? He shifts on the gold mine, but the dwarves are
right.
running.
That's a really good shifting sense. That's a really good shifting sense. 1 dwarf dead, 2 dwarfs dead, soon to be 3, 4, 5, however many.
哦，找
Recon
到
does
村
not
民
have a gold income right now.
Is
He's
he going to use Locust? No.
oh,
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so. The wedges, see how strong they are.
Oh, the poison,
This is
man.
really
That's what
rough
gets
for
him.
Recon. He's just hit Bragi now, and you know when you hit Bragi, you want to use that flaming weapons, and each extra military unit you can add to your army is huge with flaming weapons. And you know,
Absolutely.
just denying the gold income for Recon for however long now, plus killing those dwarves, it's gonna amount to a lot for a player here. I love that shifting sands play.
That was good, but at the same time, his army is really slow because of the Wadgets, right? So that aggressive gold star play, it's not like you can go back and forth and back and forth. Since there's 2 gold mines on the opposite sides of Recon, it's going to be a little bit tough to actually pull off the game-ending gold starve. He
Yeah.
can gold control. He can gold control to get ahead, but you know that big gold starve, straight up gold starve, is maybe going to be a little bit difficult to pull off. His army is just so slow, but it is really strong.
对方感觉要输了，埃及挖矿人数比北欧还少。
Bit wacky, and it's not very. It doesn't feel so clean. I'll give you that. But he's forcing the gold miners to walk back and forth, and we just saw
两边都上
Speaking
时
of
代
gold
3
miners
了。
walking back and forth, we see, yeah, nice raid, man.
that's
The
spy
spy
deliver
bill.
666.
哇 ，Recon 这个是跑村有点强。
A little bit counter damage here, which is really nice.
That's a good raid from Recon. 4 raiding cavalry managing to deal that much damage. Such a good raid.
Big time, big time. But also, not only does he idle eco, kill a couple of villagers, he also forces player to come back home and play some defense, which gives
Like he's
Recon
forcing
a
the 20
breathing-
spearmen now to come back. It's insane raid, and even though those 4 RC dies,
They
he's
did a good
raiding over-
job defending.
又抓到村民，
But they need to get over to the other side real quick. Yo, how many vills are here? 5, 6 vills? All 5 or however many of those should 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They should all be dead, man. There's 4.
Dude, player, you're raw with Ta. Why are you out hunting now? Shouldn't you be home farming?
That's a very good point, Soup. That is a very good point.
Dude, Recon is
Hong
doing a
了
tremendous job here. I thought he was in some
3比
serious
1了。
trouble, but he just 2 really good raids in a row, plus managing to not die to the big army here of player. Just means that all of a sudden it looks like Recon is in control of the game now.
But this obelisk is
Oh,
going to
look to
give
the left,
him
look to the left.
vision. Ooh,
That-
dude, this is so exciting! Gold control on both
天
sides.
哪，到底要
Dead
死
vills
多
on
少
both
村啊？
And look at the build numbers, yo. Look at the build numbers. 33 to 34. We're basically at the same eco numbers. Micto coming in.
But it's still gonna do it.
哦，他们的那个连线 Discord 坏掉了，把它声音关掉。哦，这边战猪出来了，猪一个顶起飞，人体墙，人民开看。好，开始升科技了。哎，不是啊 ，Recon 这边根本就没有几只巨魔，他去点那个巨魔的科技干嘛？看一下那个巨魔科技有加什么吗？对啊，它是有加蓄力攻击跟伤害类型啊，没有加到其他兵身上。
Right here.
Huge
Big
raid,
coming.
forcing the villager berserk conversion. Sick locust swarm, such a good locust swarm, hitting both the military and the villagers.
Oh, and it travels and got a couple of dwarves at the end. Oh. Nice, man. Player is ahead in eco. He might lose this.
啊，牛车掉了，
Spears, man.
哎，没
There's a lot of
掉，
spears. There are no axes in that army.
牛车没掉。
Berserker do good
By
job.
seeing this, like somehow player has managed to find himself 9 or 10 villagers ahead now. I swear, just
yeah.
2 minutes ago it was the other way around.
Oh, dude, the game was so chaotic. Discord could barely handle it, man. It's so exciting.
And we're seeing the slinger transition in. Wait, I thought we saw the slinger transition, and maybe it was the we're using medium slingers. Do we have the electrum bullets in as well?
Yeah.
I thought I saw it
eventually-
cancelled, the Electrum Bullets upgrade. Not sure.
That's that
Ah,
dude.
it's there, it's
There
there.
it is.
Okay.
How crazy is that, man? That Raw against Loki, and you go for slingers. Back in the old days, that would be complete insanity, right?
It kind of is still insanity because you remember
Wow.
this is so big. There's no
大势
slingers
已
in
去
front. So those slingers, even though they have the Electrum Bullets, they're not that good actually.
要GG 了。
They're still good, man. That's still
They're
divine
still
damage
good.
you're dealing.
Whoa.
Ooh, camels are pretty good at raiding, dude.
Flaming weapons. Flaming weapons is in. And shifting sand. Wow, such a good shifting sand. Not only does he
瞬间回城。
he also manages to defend his home base here.
He's still losing vills, dude. He's still losing vills. Look at the vill numbers. Look at the vill numbers. 33 to 30. These berserkers, they're just gonna hit that migdal. They can maybe pick off that migdal and maybe more villagers.
Whereas third
Tons more
recon are
villagers.
so good.
Look at the vill numbers. 26 to 30. Are you kidding me? and the throwing axemen and Goaty are coming in, man.
15 seconds remaining of flaming weapons. Player doesn't want to fight here, but the issue is if he doesn't fight, that Migdal is going down and all those bills will die too. So versus
那
players
猪在那边一直跳。
in a hard place here.
Indeed. And remember, this is match point. If Recon and the
我
blue
有点
team
意外
says
刚刚那个流沙有点 surprise 到。
a freaking rock giant comes out. This is big. This is big.
来了石巨人，
15 villagers suit. Look at this. 15 villagers and his army is almost completely deleted. 69 population.
主播很
Nice.
心动，
Are
很激
you-
动。
There goes the Sukos.
What happened here? How did Recon set this up? That's such a sick setup for the flaming weapons. He manages.
Victory.
Wow, Recon victory. Wow.
Oh my, what?
晋级了，晋级了。
Hey, man. Unfortunately,
3比
we
1
don't
3比
get Game 5, but Recon takes the series 3-1 in a very exciting and titillating fashion. Oh boy, what a way to start the day. Oh boy, I'm excited.
That was so sick from Recon what he did there. The flaming weapons in the end, that was just he took so long. He took his dear time to set up that flaming weapons, but in the end, he managed to win on 2 fronts while he was using flaming weapons, forcing the shifting sands defensively, and then managing to
好，先看到这边。
actually pull all his army together at that front gold mine where the Migdal was located and where something like 20 villages were located. So just massive.
我是可以看记录档，
weapons.
白天的时候，
Ooh, speaking of villagers, if we could see the
因为他们比赛完之后，其实会把记录档上传到云端上。
civilian units.
他们这个时间要播比赛给大家看的时候，其实
Oh, and at the end, 43 to
比较难。
15 villagers. Oh,
外国人普通角度都讲得很激动，
That is so insane, and it's
太夸
like I
张，
said,
浮
the
夸
flaming，weapons
一句话
that
就是浮
Recon
夸。
just perfectly executed here. He was struggling
他们会
most
更
of
新
the
这
time
个
throughout this game, but in the
赛
end,
程，在这
he got
个
what he wanted, and that is that game
云端上面。
flaming weapons.
wow. Dude, I think that this game would not have been very different, but the fact that player was exactly what you just said. He was
还要再
hunting
打一场
inside
吗？
his base. Why was he not farming and using rain inside of his
不用了
base?
吧？
You know, sure, he had to go exit
3比1
outside
了
to the gold mine, so there was still potential for Recon to hit the gold mines, and he did, and good job. But did he need to lose villagers on the food on the granary outside of his base? I don't
哦
think so.
瑞康晋
I don't
级了，
think
在
it
这
would
里。
change the game that much
更
because
新
of
的很快。
exactly what you just mentioned with the flaming
哇
weapons.，But still, it was a little
公
bit
牛杯冠亚军在这边直接强碰，
Like you're playing, whenever I play Ra, I have this really neat berry bush bonus, sure, but I often end up doing my farm
这边其实就已经算是冠军
before the
赛
berries
了
are。completed anyways, right? So, yeah, it's so it's baffling to me how he was hunting monkeys in the corner of the map there. I don't that shouldn't have happened, I think.
Wow. Well, in a very exciting finish, we have Recon moving forward, and we have in the semifinals our first player, Recon. He is potentially going to meet up against either Mista, which would be a repeat.
再来下一场是 The File
or
对上
Super
UCS，
Afim. Super Afim has a tall order.
哇，7:30 GNT 加8，
It can happen. As we can see, player
19加8，
So we have big old player.
25，要播到早上5点呢，搞不好早上6点来看，还可以看 Magic 打 Vortex。
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Today, next up we have
这扛不住了。
battle against Ulysses. By the way, everybody. I don't even know what to say about this. Just two enormous powerhouses, right?
正部冠军会有优
These
势
two
吗？
players, they have a
诶，看你们
playing against
怎样叫优势吧。
I'm never too sure if it's a grudge or if it's a friendly grudge or whatever it is with these two, but either way, I'm sure both of these players would hate to lose the
那你打到
honor.
败部就要多打很多场，
I know Rappel. Rappel's definitely.
对啊，再来就 Retold 啊
It's very.
，Retold 跟
No, no,
ECC。
All right, everybody. But before we get too far into Rappel against Ulysses, we're gonna take a little 5-minute breather.
打到
quick
第
bathroom
5
break
关了
for Soup and I.
太棒
Soup's
了。
gonna go for a quick soup break. So yeah, just go grab a drink, everybody. Go grab a drink, make a coffee, and we'll be back in just.
要怎么换文明啊？诶，文明前面都不能换，
Picture in picture there. Look at that goal getting hit.
要打到第6关才能换文明。
This is awkward. The escape isn't going to be clean. Ulysses getting caught in an awkward position.
yeah.
Meanwhile, the raid on the other side just not hitting the same. So Tunison able to dodge most of the problem. Maybe instead.
Pre-queuing Mythic Age is funny. There's no way he's affording that for like 15 minutes. That's so funny to
对
me. ，
只能用盖亚。
Under the stronghold. Oof.
Tunison,
And there's
there we go.
weapons. And there's
He
the counter.
activates.
Is that
And
the
counter
gun?
comes
No,
out.
was brought in.
冰雹之术，
It's coming in from a long range away though. The stuns as well are controlling. The stone
No,
giant
he
can't
needs
be
to bring him in.
accessed.
He needs to bring him in through that little gap on top of all those because he's got splash damage with the pig. That'd be so
Tunison is dead.
crazy.
Tunison is
Oh
dead.
my
Like,
God, he's got
look
nothing
at
left.
the military.
Oh.
He's gone.
It equaled out. He's still because Mandor actually had.
这边也很精彩。
This game was interesting fight.
Starts
你就
spinning.
看
Gonna be targeted straight away. Hurst is blocked from
Retold
getting
真的
involved
很
in the fight.
丑。
As
Spears are
long
gonna
as
pull
he
over.
kills all of his here made it through. That's terrible. This is
Oh.
why you have to
他是被
micro.
包的那一方，可他可以反打回来，超
The
扯。
only thing
I
that could kill
can't
them was
believe
those. Yep.
The Wildjets cannot get away from this. They flop dead. Only one left alive. Rappel.
Oh no.
Can he
Well-
still win this fight? I mean, he's got military
You know,
favor.
look
I
at
think
the
it doesn't matter.
reinforcements coming.
Second wave arrives. The axe throws
Oh,
do need
no.
to be addressed soon, though. The Lions are baiting them, and the raiding cavalry are dodging the problem. So, about as good of a trade as Matador, the
He's just
appropriate
trying to
respect.
wall. He's just trying to wall. Oh no.
It will buy just enough time, though.
Yep.
Too much time wasted there. The Berserks are coming in, though. Axe throws are also here. I don't think this is a fight.
This
that
man is
Matador
all
wants to
uniting.
commit
Look
to.
at he's bringing in the
Wait.
Ravens.
Take him to the forest. Look at the myth. Look at the favor. He has
Oh, yeah?
170 right now.
There's no way he does that. There's no way he spends 125 on the forest.
He's gonna spread
Absolutely
it out,
no
though.
way.
I think there's an overwhelming victory. The Berserks are just too damn good here.
They're just slicing
Rappel.
through everything like butter. That's
Retold 真的很强。
I mean, he's going Berserk. He's going ham
比
on
如
this.
胜
Army
部
is
打
gonna get
败
wide.
部
This
可以
is simply
选
not enough
先
spins
后
on the
有
back
一次
line.
复活
Lots
之
of
类的。
Valkyrie with the backline myth units.
这个你可以详细看赛程表。
He's hitting the wrong thing.
哎，
He's
赛程说明
100%
I
hitting the
书
don't
wrong thing.
understand. I don't understand. This always happens to poor White Jets. And that one's dead. So one has seer. That's how dangerous is the.
应该是没有差到
But the
特别
Axemen,
多，
they're begging to be hit right now. But once again, the spits are on the Valkyries.
确实会有一次复活啊。
Attacking the Axemen. The Axemen were attacking the.
依照赛程进度的话，
Falling apart for Tunison.
I mean,
He
he
still
has
has a lot.
numbers, but
Yeah.
he's lost quality. But
Ooh.
will he?
I don't know. He's got a lot of favor. And
There
there.
it is. Oh, tornado!
应该是有这个。
Follows perfectly into the army.
It's so good. Oh my God, we got cows.
Someone get a government relief package together because these guys need assistance.
Oh no.
So kind of ideal there. See if we can get some follow-up here. Neve and Ryan Laws
That's
are
getting
coming
some
out.
Really good damage though.
Wait, this one from the side. This rook could be big. Hits them all.
That's so good. Oh,
Chimera.
one jet in the back.
I think the Chimera's coming off cooldown. I mean, it doesn't even matter. The army's going to evaporate before he even gets a
Oh,
chance to burn it all.
Look at Achilles in the back. He killed two Wadjet. Oh, one Wadjet left, and Achilles is gonna finish that one too.
And turns
That's
out the
it.
Chimera is better than Budget as well. Suck
Oh,
on that one. Woo.
The Chimera is disgusting. Burnt it to a crisp.
This
Fried
is
steak,
over.
I guess.
We are probably about 10 seconds away.
Yeah, this is gonna be rough in the second here.
这边都超反的。
15 seconds left in his hands. He's actually staggered this
那个
perfectly. And
推
Sensible
进
run
的
out
方
and
式
then allow
让
his
人
replacement ability because
不好
here it
受。
comes. Arcuses are about to go for
And
a
it's all gone.
whirlwind
And
ride.
didn't even want to see it.
Is like what, 4
尼
now?
采太
I do
强，
like these Arcus though. I like these Arcus. Oh,
Okay, that was a big hit.
that was huge. Actually.
He needs a second though.
Yeah, do another little volley like that.
Yeah, just punt it. He's
Oh,
backing
no.
up now. But the hero Thomas.
are through. Sanders.
Two is going to be going down. I think this is it. This is the break point. If he got enough.
Alrighty, Soup. How was your soup?
Retold 对上 Ulysses，
Honestly, I just took well, very
There we go.
this is beginnings of a soup, nothing more than that.
Ew, gross. Okay, anyways. Next, let's start talking about Aces Rabble against King.
播到凌晨的时间太不友善。
Soup break. The Rabble. Okay,
大家
actually,
晚安了。
here's what it is.